Hey everybody, welcome to Tuesday Q&A. Right now we don't have anything specific to go over. Just open to taking any questions, any issues that you've run into this week. Yeah, and then we can go ahead and
Um,
get started.
yeah, I have a question, Tyler. Right
Yeah,
now, we have a route that we want to split into 2 days. So it's a Tuesday route. It's getting a little too much for us to handle in the terms of deliveries. So we want to split it between Tuesday and Thursday.
right.
And is there a way we can move certain people from the Tuesday route to a Thursday route, or kind of blend them into making the Tuesday route like a 2 day thing? I guess we could rename it Tuesday Thursday.
Yeah, personally, that's what I would start with. Um, I would start with making the route run Tuesday, Thursday. And then as you see people being able to move over to that Thursday only, or as people want to do Thursday only, um, then I would go individually and set them as a Thursday route. Typically, it is at least most cleaners from what I've seen, they run a Tuesday Thursday route rather than just a solo day route, if that makes sense. Unless if it's like a Wednesday, then they'll do like a solo Wednesday route.
Right. At one of our locations, we do routes every day. I think one's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and the other's Tuesday, Thursday. So for this one, I have Thursday open. So you want me to basically take the Tuesday route, try to start delivering to those people who are picking up on Thursday as well, so that some people might move left and right, and then when new people come in, we can kind of offer them the option if they're okay with being flexible Tuesday and Thursday, or if they want a specific Thursday only or Tuesday only. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Okay.
and who knows? It could turn into where people were only using you Tuesdays. Now they're bringing you stuff Tuesday and Thursday. So then you're doubling, um, should say
Okay.
profit or
And
revenue. So
what would I need to change specifically in the routes where, at least on our side, the notifications come in, or would I just start delivering people's clothes on Thursday? Because I don't want them to be surprised, like, hey, you're just coming on a Thursday. Normally it's Tuesday. How would that process typically go?
yeah, so all good. What I would do is I would just enable Thursday, and then that Wednesday before you end up going or going to those customers. Um, I would look at changing the template of your pickup pickup reminder or your will call reminder, and just let them know, hey, we're also available Thursdays, or we're going to start coming by on Thursdays. It just depends if that's your
Okay,
only
I
route
think
that's going to be running Thursday.
for the roll call thing, I think that's probably a good idea where they get the notification. Sorry about the beeping. I'm getting a fax out of nowhere.
All
Uh,
good.
but would I, where would I change that notification where people are receiving that message?
Yeah. So what you would do is you would go to settings
Okay.
and then business settings, and then under communication templates, you're going to want to go to the auto tab up in the top right, or sorry, top left, the right tab,
Sorry, 1 second. Business settings, and then did you say
communication
communication
templates.
templates? Okay. Yeah.
And top
And
left, you see there's two tabs. You'll want to go hit the auto tab. And
okay.
then let me make sure I get it correct. Yep. So you're going to be looking for under the will call message area. Um, you're looking for will call pickup
Okay.
reminder.
Okay. I see that. And then
And then
yeah, I see will call pickup reminder, will call pickup scheduled later.
yeah.
Okay. And then do I just go and edit that,
Yeah,
or how?
I would edit the first one.
Okay. And how would I change that to also include on Thursdays then?
Yeah. So you would have to change this only for Wednesday, or you would have to change this the Wednesday before it goes out. So that way it goes out to those customers. Other than that, if
Okay.
you change it right now, it's gonna, I mean, unless if you started putting that in there now, hey, we're also available Thursdays, but it's going to go to your customers that are on your Monday, Wednesday, Friday route if you run Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but it'll go to
Okay.
any of those. So what you would do is you would change it Wednesday night before the messages go out, whenever you have it scheduled to go. And then after that, Thursday morning, you can change it back. So that way
Gotcha.
everything goes as normal.
So for right now, the location I'm calling for just has Tuesday only. Nothing else for the remainder of the week, except for just one apartment complex we go to every day, which is not too big of a deal.
Hmm.
So I'm on the communication templates and under will call pickup reminder, where when I go to edit, um, it's not really giving me options on which days this would be sent out.
Yeah, no, this is just the communication template that goes out every single day that or the day before your route runs. But
Okay.
if you want to change your routes as to what days they run, that'll
Uh-huh.
be a different area that I can lead you to.
Okay. Would this be, I mean, just to save time for this Q&A, something that we can discuss online, where I can share my screen and we kind of like walk through the process?
Yeah, yeah, that's not a problem. I mean, I can share your instance if you want.
Sure.
Just remind me which cleaner you're with so I get the correct one.
I'm talking about Memorial right now.
Okay, under River Oaks.
Hmm.
Gotcha. All right, and I'm okay with sharing it as long as you are.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, cool. Okay, so starting right from the beginning, home screen of Smart. We're going to go ahead and go to settings, and then we're going to go over to the delivery. From here, uh, one thing that I was mentioning when we were talking about when it's going to send, uh, checking our settings here, and then you see these day before reminders are sent out. It's set for 6 p.m. So whenever you do make that change to that template on Wednesday, just make sure that it is done before 6 p.m.
Yeah, I think 6 p.m. is probably not ideal. I didn't even know it was 6 p.m. Well, I'll go ahead and change
Oh,
that.
I mean, I think 6 p.m. is pretty good, unless if you wanted to be earlier. I wouldn't go later than that though.
Okay. Yeah, I just
But
maybe I don't know if
let me
people don't
check
like being
something.
bothered outside of business hours.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so the reason I'm coming here is that SMS time window. Some
Uh,
people forget
okay.
about this, and so if you were to set it for 9 o'clock at 9 p.m. or something like that, it would not go out. It would,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So you want to make sure that's inside this time window as well.
Noted. Okay.
But back to the original topic, um, switching your delivery routes, right? So coming to, sorry, I'm moving fast. Settings and then delivery and then routes.
Okay.
Right here, you'll see all of your
So,
routes. And you said you're looking at
and
Memorial.
I'm looking at Memorial Tuesday.
Yeah, perfect. So you just select that route that you're looking for.
Okay.
And then here, you're going to go ahead and select Thursday and make sure that everything else looks good for you.
Okay. And then I can obviously push out a quick note to everyone, telling them that we're also adding Thursdays. So just like a heads up message maybe, and then I'll leave this as it is, as you have it, so we can do that this week.
Do you want me to save this?
I think that's great. Yeah, go ahead and save it,
Okay.
and then we'll send out a message to all of our pickup and delivery customers saying, hey, we're also going to be providing service on Thursdays too, not just Tuesdays.
Yeah, and then it can also be renamed if you'd like. You can rename this Tuesday,
Yeah, Tuesday,
Thursday,
Thursday. Yeah.
or whatever it would be. Um, and then, yeah, how are you planning on sending out the message? Are you just going to use the will call that will call template?
So we have a marketing company that I can
Oh,
have them do that for us this one time.
okay, yeah, yeah, that totally works too. Yeah, and sometimes that's even a better option rather than changing templates. But I'm
Got-
just giving you other methods, other ways to think about it too.
Gotcha. Okay. I now I get it. Thanks for taking me through that. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, not a problem. And I do know that well, on the topic of routes, there is something coming soon that I think people have thought of, but they haven't necessarily requested it. I know I got a request from one person, but it looks like we're finally gonna go ahead and do it. I don't know when it'll be implemented. I hope it's soon. It's very neat. But from what I've seen, it's going to be limiting the amount of stops per day, per route. That makes sense. So if it's like, hey, I only want to limit so that way this, it stops over for people that are scheduling stops. That is, if you know, people are coming in and scheduling, because right now there's no limit to how many people can schedule on Monday. But as you're talking about Moonbeam, you're running into too many people. So setting a limiting factor of, hey, Tuesday, I only want to allow 40 stops. I can't handle more than 40 stops at this time.
Right,
That could
because then it
be,
gets physically
yeah,
impossible
exactly. Yep.
to go
So,
to that many places. Gotcha.
yep. So that's something that could be coming in the near future. I just saw a mock-up of it yesterday. It looks pretty cool. And I'm hoping we can expand that even further.
Okay, and then I guess unless other people have a question, I just want to ask you about that search function that we had
Mhm.
discussed. If there's any update on that.
Which, special cares. Yeah, I have not
Yeah,
heard any, I haven't seen any movement on that, but I see it's still in the system sitting there.
yeah. I
So,
think like having a search function and pretty much all of those detailing options, which I think most of them do have that, where you can start typing and it pulls up whatever you're typing essentially. I think that would be really great for special cares because we do have a lot of them, and sometimes you got to
mhm.
click through the multiple pages and then you miss it, you go back. But if that's something that's possible, I think it would really help out not just us, but other dry clean businesses that are using Smart.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'm on board with you. All right, other questions?
Before I forget, Tyler, on that note, you were talking about the route. I haven't tried it yet, but how would you set up like in the middle of one route, a drop off at the shop, creating a stop at the shop? What's your best practice for that?
Yeah, so this is actually kind of common, especially with companies with drop stores that are picking up and dropping off things. So people actually create a store customer, as in like whatever your store name is and customer with that address of it, and then they have it selected to drop off at the store every day that the route runs, whatever day it is. Um, so that way, and then they'll physically place it where they need to stop at that store.
That sounds like it'll work. Okay, I'll try that.
Yeah, if you do it and then you start, you know, thinking of ways that it could be better, uh, feel free to let us know.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Other questions?
Hey Tyler.
Hey,
Hey, it's not really a question, but is Chris Ellis there?
he is not currently.
Okay. Can you just let him know that I was trying to give him a call earlier when he does
Yeah,
come back?
yeah. I know that he's busy today. He's out today. But he'll be here tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. All right. Other questions?
I have a question.
Hey,
Our driver spends a lot of time waiting and looking to see, like sometimes if a card is declined or in complete orders.
okay.
Is there anything on his tablet that he can look at instead of waiting to find a CSR, or does he have to go to the actual station to find it?
Yeah, that's a great question. So they can see it from their tablet or from their device. Sorry, I'm trying to pull it up on my phone so I can try to show you. Okay, so if you are you familiar with the app?
Not so much on the tablet part, like what he looks at, but I
Yeah,
know where he can look at the inactive, see which order he missing, but it's mostly the payments where it comes up as declined or not paid.
yeah, of course. It might be really difficult to see. Yeah, with the blurred image in the
Oh,
back. Anyway, so they're going to click load van up top.
okay.
Okay, this is going to be almost impossible. Okay, but click loading van up top, and then at the bottom here, there's an alert section. You can't see it right there. There's an alert section. They click that, and then it'll show un. Sorry, it'll show incomplete orders up top, and then it will
Yep.
show unpaid, and then
Yep.
it'll give you a reason as to why it was unpaid, if it was declined or no card on file, something like that.
That's the only place that he can really look unless he goes to the station.
I would say that it's the best place to look. I wouldn't even
Because
necessarily
he
go
looks
to a
there,
station.
like he'll look there, but then
Hmm.
he'll wait for a CSR to verify why is it not paid or why is. So it'd be nice, like if he could pull up the customer and say, "Oh, okay,
I gotcha. So it just having more visibility on the app, like digging into the customer.
yeah." Or would it just be easier just to train him to go to the computer himself and pull up the customer?
I mean that might be the easiest method for now. I guess my question would be, what is he doing anything differently if they are unpaid or if they are, an incomplete order?
If it's incomplete, then he has to go and look to see what piece we're missing, or is it in bagging and didn't make it back to our location of delivery.
Okay.
So if the CSRs are busy, then he's standing there waiting, where he could a way that he could easily look. And sometimes that lapse from the payment to his tablet, by the time he finds somebody, we ring in the customer, oh, it's paid now. But on his app, it's showing not paid, right? Either we just scanned.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see what you're saying. So as in, because maybe the item was not fully ready yet, or
Yeah.
it was, in the bagging area, not ready or racked ready. So then auto pay never actually ran, but then once he scanned it, it turned racked ready, and then it charged it. So then it just took a bit of time to show on his app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of time that he spends kind of waiting to see, but I don't know if it's just easier to train him on the computers that he can look, or there's a spot in the app that he can physically look at it himself.
Yeah, I think it would be easiest to train him at the moment. I mean, so he would still use the same login that he uses to log in to the app. So he has a login and he knows what customers he's looking for. So hitting the search bar or just showing him the delivery module to have him scroll through, because it'll show the exact same information in there. Just the only difference is he can click in and view into the customer. So I think it can go both ways. I think there are some things that the app could do to show more of, but it does show as to if it was declined in that area
Yeah, we
underneath
see
that
that.
alerts. Yeah.
We see that one. It's just the time lapse of him if something is a little bit late in the bagging.
Hmm.
But I'll work with him on that. When he comes back, I'll see. We can maybe troubleshoot on that one. My last time when I had a question about the auto setting when the delivery order is ready, and then it automatically gets put to delivery when they don't want it till a certain day. So if I had an order
Hmm.
and I didn't want it this Thursday, I wanted it next Monday. If that order is ready, and even though we put delivery Monday, we put Monday, it's supposed to be, they want it delivered Monday 11th, but the order got completed on the 6th, and it'll automatically say, if we're doing Monday, Thursday routes, if it was done on the 6th, it automatically puts delivery for the 7th, even though we only want it to go on the 11th.
So my question would be, did you set the due date for the 11th?
Yes. So if we set a due date and then the order's completed, automatically puts it for the next scheduled.
Okay.
So
which cleaner are you with?
Classic in Red Deer.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds. I want to check a couple settings.
Don't think I have a sample of a customer that it's been doing it to right now.
You said what city are you guys out of?
Pardon?
What city are you guys out of?
Red Deer.
Red Deer Classic.
Classic Cleaner and Tailors.
Okay, I think I might have just clicked on the wrong one. Maybe I spelled classic wrong the first time. Not sure. Okay, I gotcha. All right, so I'm looking for something specific. Okay, so you do have it set to where will call will schedule the stops after assembly, rather than when it's ready.
So where do I go and do that? I'm trying to.
Okay, and you also have don't include orders in the delivery list before their due date. Okay, I'll share my screen real quick as long as you're all right with that.
Okay.
Okay, start from the beginning. So going to settings and business settings, and then into system settings. Go to my search bar. I'm looking for will call, probably only because I know the setting and the name of it, but schedule will call deliveries after assembly. So this setting is going to schedule your will call customers after the first item of an order is assembled.
Okay.
So it kind of plans ahead of time. Now, the other way to do this is if we were to uncheck this, right? And typically the other way that people do it is only schedule will call deliveries on the actual due date. So it waits all the way up until the due date of the order, and then it will schedule it for that day.
Okay, that's the one we want.
The other one is to leave both of these unchecked, and then the system goes based off of ready date. Now it still pays attention to if you have multiple orders that have the exact same due date. So if one is ready and the other is not, it will not schedule a due, or it will not schedule a stop. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, we want it to schedule, but only schedule it on the due date.
So now the other thing that I would say that could be done for, it sounds like it's one customer, or does this happen often?
It happens a lot.
Okay.
Sometimes
All
like
right.
a customer will bring in multiple things and some aren't. They're a couple tickets, but some aren't ready, but they all want it delivered at once.
Okay, gotcha. So what I could do is I could turn this off for you and turn on the schedule will call deliveries on due date for you, and then
Okay.
see how that goes, because it may change some things and it might throw your driver off, or even your CSRs, right? So we could turn it off now, or you can let them know, hey, we're going to try to change something, and let me know if there's any issues, so we can,
Let's try
evaluate
it
from there.
now and then we'll see. We'll have a little bit playtime with it.
Okay, all right. And then the other one that I was looking at is something else. Right here, don't include orders in the delivery list before the due date. So if there's anything that is before its due date, it should not show on the load van list.
Okay.
So those two will work great, as in you won't see anything unless if it is due that day.
Perfect. I'll try those and see how that one works.
Yeah, of course, if you run into any issues, it's probably those settings that we just changed, and we can, reevaluate after that.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, not a problem. Okay. All right, we got a couple things in the chat. All right, so Aaron said, I know customer surcharges for credit card processing are a growing practice. How do you see this practice growing with the smart users? Well, I would say with the way that the economy is going, that it is becoming more common that people are switching to doing credit card surcharging. The one thing that I would make sure that you are fully aware of is any laws or legislation that is, for your area, for where you're operating, because there are states that do things differently. For instance, New York is pretty weird, to the effect that, based on the way that the law is written, of course, it's written like a law, so it's super confusing. And it seems that the only thing that you can legally do, I actually don't know if you're in New York, but the only thing that you can legally do is more or less offer a cash discount. They just word it really weird, to where it seems like you can do credit card surcharging, but it adds a lot of tape with it. So just make sure that you read up on that, and then of course, as soon as you're ready, you can reach out to us, and then we essentially send out a document for you to sign. Once you sign that document, we unlock the setting so that way you have the ability to do what you would like with it. Go ahead and enable it, set your percentage, or just total over your fees. And then it'll populate on all of your customers. Just note that it does not work for statement customers. I think we're working on a method behind that, but again, it goes into a whole lot of laws, and considering the amount of states that use smart, it's kind of hard to make sure that it stays legal for everybody. So it's another gray area. But yes, it is growing, and we do have the capability. Of course, you have to be with Stripe in order to get it, but just make sure that that's also out there. All right, perfect, George. I'd love to see that offer works. All right, other questions?
Hey, would you mind just giving me a brief recap of that last conversation? I was outside of the office, but I can kind of hear in my headphones.
Yeah. So referencing the credit card surcharging?
Yes.
Yeah, so credit card surcharging for your customers, right? So typically comes into play whenever companies feel that their rates are really high, or they're spending a lot of money on their their credit card rates, and they don't want to have that, weigh on them anymore. So we had the capability of allowing companies to credit card surcharge or pass over all of their credit card fees to their customer, where the customer pays that amount, and the company or the dry cleaner collects that money up front, and then it still comes out of their pre-deposit pay.
Okay, I got you. All right, thanks.
Yep. All right. Other questions? I think I've gone over this, but maybe I haven't. For those of you who, I won't say commonly, or have run into the issue of losing an item or losing a garment and needing assistance as to trying to track down where that garment could have gone, I can show you this report and kind of how it works. I'm going to use River Oaks as an example just because I already have them pulled up. All right. So you'll go into reports, and we have a new built-in report called Location Pickup History. Here you can set your time frame that you're looking for. So whatever date range you're looking for is based on when orders were picked up, right? So we'll just choose the last couple days. We're going to go ahead and select a store. I'm just going to choose a random one. And if I just want to see everything that has to do with any store, I don't even care about the racks or the locations or anything like that. I'm just going to hit search. I'm going to hit search. This shows me every single garment or every single order that has been picked up within this date range from this store specifically. From there, if you want to narrow it down to where you know exactly which rack it came off of, you can go in and choose. Of course, you probably need to know what your racks are called. So if I'm just looking for something basic like this, like, hey, I know it was probably on this rack. Or if you don't know what the labels are called, you can go through and select, okay, this rack, and then even look at what location it was. So you can narrow down. I want to see everything that came off of even multiple locations. I want to see the string of these locations. Hit search. Okay, nothing, probably a bad example, but nothing's been picked up at these locations within these last couple of days. But hopefully this is a fun tool to use if you ever run into the issue of losing a garment.
Yeah, I don't think we go above 625. So if you try something lower, you might see something.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry.
So then you guys don't use this rack then?
No, we do. It might actually be like, yeah, you can try like 640 something. It should show up.
Let's see.
That's odd. Maybe it's something in our settings. You can try rack A.
I'm just gonna hit search and see what populates. Yeah, so it looks like you guys are using 1000.
Oh, okay. Maybe I was thinking of A then, but yeah.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, so
That's actually really good to know because sometimes you'll be picking up something from a certain number, and you might pick up the wrong person's clothes, or they might actually accidentally be grabbed along with someone else's. This is a good way to look back. I think this will be really helpful.
yeah, yep. So now you don't necessarily have to contact us right away to try to get this information or have a million different racking reports. I'm sure there's companies that have a bunch of different ones from different dates, getting us to create these different reports for them. But now it's should be fairly easy to find some information as to where the garment could have been. I think the only other thing I may or may not have mentioned is that if you are on Stripe and you do use the Stripe deposits report, you have the ability to export to QuickBooks. So if any companies are using QuickBooks, now you have that ability to export the deposits and make sure that they go directly into your QuickBooks.
Tyler, how does that work?
Yeah. Do you care? I don't. Seems how it's financial data. I don't know if Mubin, do you care if I use you guys real quick?
Nope.
As an
You
example?
can use us.
Yeah, you're good. You can use this. It's all good.
Cool. All right, let me share my screen. Now, just to be aware, I don't know how it works. I don't work with QuickBooks, but I just know where the buttons are and how you can get to it.
Okay.
So hopefully that helps. But essentially, once you come into, I can start from the beginning. We're going to reports, then we're going to go down to financials, and we're going to look for credit card deposits. From here, select our time frame, whatever time frame we're looking for, and then we're just going to choose whatever merchant we're looking at, right? And then here, we're going to hit that export to accounting, and then it's going to show there's different forms, but you can just click QuickBooks Online from here. Yeah, I don't know what all of this is, so I'm assuming it has everything to do with where it's supposed to go inside of QuickBooks, and then you can export it.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I know that one's been pretty long time coming. So, oh, I didn't even see Aaron's question. Okay. We would like to set and launch geofencing for delivery. It's the best way to apply the launch correctly. Definitely get with us. It'll probably come to me. But first things first, I would definitely read over the geofencing articles. I can go ahead and pull those up just for everybody to have. But of course, it's in the Learning Center as well. And I'm sure you've probably gone over it before. I just like to make sure that everybody has it. So that way, if they do have questions or they do think that it could be a good fit for them, because again, it is not fit for every business whatsoever. That's the first article. And I've had it where businesses attempt to do it.
ID, and it has this.
Where businesses have tried to do it and they attempt it for a couple days and then it just does not work for them. And then they end up turning it off and going back to what they were doing. So those two links in the chat are two different, one is frequently asked questions, and then the other one is just how to set up geofencing. A couple big things with geofencing is branding. And actually, I'm going to use River Oaks again because we've been talking about it, or I've been talking to them about it this week. So a big thing with geofencing is how you have your delivery structured. Because geofencing is location based. So I know that they have a bunch of routes, which is totally okay. We have companies that have a ton of routes and they do all of the geofencing. The biggest thing with geofencing is it's based on location. So if you are more of my Monday and Thursday route run the same as my Tuesday and Friday route, as in the exact same locations, geofencing is not going to be fit for your business. Or we need to restructure the way that your routes run. That's the biggest point. The next point, which comes into play, is whenever you're doing geofencing. Right here, as you can see, they already have it drawn up in the Houston area for 2 routes. But this is because there's no branding listed here. This is under their global business for basically all their fences. Not for all their fences, sorry. This is for 2 specific routes, but it's going under the business global settings, right? So if you are a company that has multiple different companies underneath you that don't want a geofence, then we need to be able to split these up into different brands. They do have different brands, but of course we're working through some other things to make sure that works for them.
Yeah, we haven't fully set up our geofencing yet. Those 2 are just for one of our locations.
Yeah, yep. I'm sure that conversation's coming where everybody in your company needs to meet to kind of talk about that.
Absolutely.
So if you're doing different branding with your delivery routes, making sure that they're all separated, then that's a good starting point. From there, it's really designating what locations you want per route, per fence, because you can't have, this isn't gonna work, but I'm not gonna save it, I should say. So if I was to just choose unassigned and I'm to draw an area, as soon as I start, I'm gonna click, come on, okay. So as soon as I start clicking, I'm getting these little points, which they may or may not be super hard to see. But as soon as I start crossing into this area, I double click here, and if I go to save, it's going to say geofence is intersecting itself. Can't do it. So that might be because of this. There it is. Okay. Some geofences are overlapping each other. Geofences cannot be overlapping. So that's really the biggest concern whenever people are looking at trying to start geofencing, just because they forget that they're overlapping certain areas, and that's totally okay. You don't have to geofence every single route. You can have 2 of them geofenced and then all the rest not. That will totally work. But it comes down to how your routes are set up in the structure of your business, under settings and stuff like that. So geofencing can be in depth and it can be very simple. It just all depends on how your business is laid out. I hope I cleared up some questions, but I guess the best way to apply and launch it correctly, definitely reach out to us. Let's go over how your routes look and how you are expecting it to work. Because I don't want you to have a misconception of how it's supposed to work, and then you start using it and it does not work the way that you wanted it to.
Is the main goal of the geofence to only have your current client list be able to opt in and out of the route?
That's a great question. So it actually won't affect any of your current customers. It's only for new customers, actually. Any of your current customers are going to stay on their routes. They're not going to be affected. They're not even going to move from one route to another. They're going to stay on their current route. It's strictly for new customers that are signing up, and you don't want to go through, or you don't want to hire somebody, you don't want to have somebody have to sit there and pay attention to route requests of like, oh, hey, we had a new sign up and they want to do routes. The system is just going to assess based off of their address and what you've put into the system, and it's going to add it to the route itself.
Thank you. That's what I thought, and that's how I use it. I know there's other people, when people speak geofencing as well, they're like marketing specific areas, showing up with a text message, and that is kind of creepy.
Yeah.
But just wanted to make sure that we weren't, or understand if that was a feature that you guys were, or if that was part of the geofencing that we're talking about.
Oh, yeah, I got you. No, I don't believe our geofencing has anything related with marketing. I don't think our marketing is using it for anything. It's strictly just for routes and new customers that sign up.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
I got another one if no one has a question. Can you just show me how to edit my personal KPIs? I got it filled with so many reports that I don't remember what they were for, and I'd like to clean them up and understand how to put them back on there.
You've got great questions today. Yes. Let me get your instance pulled up so I could show you exactly what it looks like. All right, so there's two different ways. Well, I should say there's two different types of kind of what people call personal KPIs. I can go over both. So
the reason I'm more motivated now is because I know I have access to only two of these on the mobile app. So it's the personal one and then like the control tower. So yeah, my personal one is filled with junk right now.
Oh yeah. Okay, I gotcha. This is another good thing that you brought it up, because I hope that people would get away from using their personal KPIs for this reasoning, because in the delivery app, if those aren't aware, if you're using the delivery app and you want to look at reports, they need to be in your personal KPIs here, right? So the personal KPIs are added to each individual employee if they want them. And if you want to remove them, you just go to the employees list, which I think I went through and didn't explain it. Sorry. Go to settings and then employees. Once you're under employees, you go find the employee that you're looking for. And then you go to the admin tab. As long as you have access to this, you'll be able to go through and see what they have for KPIs. And you can go through and I just go through and hit backspace. You can just backspace all of these. You don't have to click the little X if you don't want to, or if you want to, you can. And then you can add others that you'd like. Then at the top, it doesn't have any save or anything like that. It saves as you're going. So the other thing, and what I always recommend, is making tags or folders for your reports, so you don't clutter up your personals. So what I do is you'll go under KPI config, as long as you have access to this, and this tags area. Tags area is just another word for folders. You're going to have a folder of reports, and you can add in reports if you'd like to. So commonly what people are starting to do is they're starting to make a folder full of reports that your employees should be using, whether they're a CSR, a manager, they could have different types, or if it's, production personnel, whatever you'd like. Creating a new tag, coming down to the bottom, hitting new tag. It's going to give you a blank one, right? And employees, I'm not going to save this, but you can put the name of employees, and then you can add a report that you'd like. So if it's picked up, not paid, is there one in here? Let's see. Oh, it's all, yep, right there. All picked up, not paid. So if I wanted all my employees to be able to see picked up, not paid, or all, let's see, all assembled, not racked. These are good ones to have, which these are probably all under all agents overview as well. So that's marked with all. But
you can
then just
go ahead and save that.
You want me to save this? Okay. Yeah. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of different ones that you can add in here. So after I've done this, I go ahead and hit create, and you can see I have the little trash can here. Of course, you're only going to see this whenever you're looking at the KPI config, and then coming to the tag section where you can edit and change what reports are in here and what they can view. So I have my tag created, and I want my employees to see this as well. So I'm going to go back to the home page. I'm going to come back to settings and go to employees. All right. Well, I want, is there a CSR that you want to have this?
KK.
Perfect. Yeah. So we picked our employee that we want to see this as well. We're going to go to the admin tab. And then instead of personal KPIs, we're going to go to associated KPI tags. Since we just made that, we're looking for employees, search for it, pops up, hit enter. You hit enter, it's saved, it's good. I don't need to hit save, I can just hit back to list. And then whenever that employee logs in, you can have them check their reports. It'll be up here in this area. So it'll look like this main dashboard that I'm looking at right here, just with those two little buckets. So again, if you're looking at adding things, or maybe if you already have a tag but you want to add more reports to it that you find useful, just go to that KPI config, go to tags, find what tag you're looking for, whichever one you want to edit, search in here for whatever reports you're using, subscriptions, all active, whatever it is. If you mistakenly add this like I just did, hit the trash can, and then you're all good. It automatically saves for you.
Good stuff. Thank you, Tyler.
Very good. Yeah, good questions.
Tyler,
Yeah.
do you have an enhancement for routes where you can do for example, a customer that's a Tuesday only?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is there more to that, or is it just Tuesday only?
I have customers that are Tuesday only, but I have Tuesday, Friday routes, and so they always come up on my Friday also, even though they're marked for Tuesday. What do I need to do to make a customer a Tuesday only?
Gotcha. All right. I'm still using Fresh and Clean Seattle, just because I still have it up. I'm just going to go to a test customer, one that has an address, and from here, click on their name.
Okay.
And then click the route tab. Click the route tab. This one doesn't have a delivery preference, but so you can do will call if you'd like. This one has Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Well, I only want this customer to be on Wednesdays. So select Wednesday and hit save. That's it. Now, if you're wanting to do something more in depth, right? The other way, or the other thing that you can do, is regular by appointment. So regular by appointment is similar, except for it's going to guarantee, and it's not going to send them a message that says, "Hey, do you have stuff to pick up?" Unless if you have offer cancellation turned on for your routes, you may or may not. But I want this person to have a regular pickup every Wednesday, but I also want them to be bi-weekly. Bi-weekly starting, the 6th. I'm going to start on the 6th. Actually, I did it. That might be bugged. Unless if this wants you to choose the last one. Interesting. Okay. All right. So I'm going to choose the last one. So starting of that week, you can choose bi-weekly or monthly. So if you're wanting once a month, starting, our last pickup was the 22nd. Okay, it's starting week of. That's throwing me off. I'm clicking a different one and it's choosing something different. So it's going to choose that week of the 20th was the last week, which means May 18th, it'll pick up. or it'll schedule it.
Okay.
So there's a couple different ways, a couple in-depth ways, and
Okay, when I am not seeing the periodic pickups.
yeah, so that's only for regular by appointments.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
if you want to do that. You don't have to do that. You can just choose will call and then select this one at the bottom. Once you do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or whatever it is. If it's Tuesday, Thursday, and you only want them to be Tuesday, you select this, hit save, and then you're done. That's it.
Okay. And if I do will call,
Mhm.
I just click the day. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Of course, not a problem. All right. Looks like that will be the end of today's session. Hope everybody got some valuable information, and hopefully it'll help you grow your business and get you to do great things. That's all I've got.
Thank you, Tyler.
Of course, not a problem. Everybody have a great rest of your week. Thanks.
Thanks, Tyler.